Falcons fans, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because we got a big game coming up this Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Perfect time to hit that sub button. More and more videos coming at you every single day. Speaking of those Bucs, we'll have a preview against them coming up right now on the show, so subscribe and stay tuned for today's video. What's up? You're watching Falcons Today by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham here for today's video as the Falcons hit the road to face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And who would have thought a month into the season, this is for first place in the NFC South. Could you believe it? It's a big one this afternoon or this Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 Central Time out in Tampa Bay, Florida. Let's talk about the injury report for each team, and then we'll get to some keys to victory here. Kyle Pitts not looking great for his chances to play in this matchup. He's dealing with a hamstring injury for 2 straight days, has not practiced. Bradley Pinson, the punter, dealing with the personal issue. We'll keep an eye on that. And then Isaiah Oliver is questionable, dealing with a knee injury. Obviously, Kyle Pitts, he's already gotten off to a bit of a slow start this year. We talked about him earlier this week. Kind of, where's he been? What's going on? Well, maybe the injury is playing a bit of a role here. Who knows? Not trending in a good direction for his chances to play on Sunday. Now, the Bucs injury report, just a little bit longer than Atlanta's. Tom Brady dealing with the shoulder and a finger injury. Now, he did say today, just before filming, that shoulder feels good. He's going to play, so barring some kind of setback, he should be out there. Chris Godwin was limited with the knee injury. Carlton Davis, he's full go. I think he'll play. Akeem Hicks probably going to miss another week. He's been dealing with the foot injury. Logan Ryan limited with an elbow. Julio limited with a knee. Cam Brate, I would expect he doesn't go. He's in the concussion protocol still. Russell Gage limited with the hamstring. Left tackle Donovan Smith been dealing with an elbow. He did play last week, so I'd say he probably plays this week. And then Brashad Perriman with a knee and a hamstring issue was also limited as well. Now, hopefully Kyle Pitts rallies to play on Sunday, but if not, let's help him feel a little bit better about himself. Hadn't been the best start to the year for Kyle. HBD in the comments. Happy birthday to Kyle Pitts. He's my tight end one. I know he's your tight end one. This is still a big part of the Falcons' future. So wish Kyle Pitts a very happy birthday. All right, some keys to victory to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number one, try to confuse Tom Brady a little bit. Listen, Brady's not off to the best start of his career. He put up some nice numbers against the Chiefs last week, but a lot of that was playing from behind. Chiefs were playing softer coverage because they had a big lead. 6 touchdowns, 1 pick is fine, but through 4 games, 1.5 touchdowns per game, just over 1,000 yards. It's not like he's throwing for 350 every single week. The guy's getting divorced, it looks like. He's already confused off the field. Now it's time to confuse him on the field. That's obviously going to be important. You can't let Brady go nuts in this one. Now you look at the Bucs defense a little bit here. Giving up just 17 points per game, although we just saw the Chiefs score 41 on them with a balanced attack, throwing and running. Just over 100 yards rushing allowed, but Kansas City was able to exploit that a little bit too. And then also, lastly here, the Bucs allow 214 yards passing per game, so we'll see if the Falcons' offense is able to exploit that a little bit as well. Now, you look at the offensive numbers for Tampa Bay. They are as follows. 20 points per game, middle of the pack. Scoring's kind of down early on in the NFL this year. A big problem, and this is why confusing containing Tom Brady is so important, Bucs aren't running the ball well. 31st in the NFL, less than 70 yards per game there, middle of the pack passing yards. So this Bucs offense, albeit with some injuries, hasn't been firing on all cylinders. So I think there's a chance to slow them down just a little bit if you are Atlanta. Key number 2, Marcus Mariota. He's got to play better. He's going to have to play his best game yet. I don't think he necessarily has to outplay Tom Brady, but he can't go 7 for 19. Like, that is not going to cut it. These numbers are not going to cut it if the Falcons are going to beat the Bucs. I'd say he needs to be around 65%, throw for over 200 yards, and maybe 1 turnover, but no more. He's got to play pretty close to turnover-free football. His legs need to be a factor in this one as well. Use that mobility. Marcus Mariota, that's what makes you a talented player, not living in the pocket. You got to be willing to take off. So we'll see if he can make some big plays with his feet and then make some big plays with his arm as well. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's show, and if you guys want to bet on this matchup, you can do so by going to chatsports.com/betfalcons. That's chatsports.com/betfalcons. Use our promo code Falcons125. That'll get you a 125% deposit bonus. You put down $100. They're going to give you an additional $125 for free. Chatsports.com/betfalcons. Go bet on this matchup today. All right, key number 3, repeat last week's rushing attack. Even without Cordarrelle Patterson, who left in the middle of that game, the Falcons still continued to run the football effectively with Tyler Allgeier and with Caleb Huntley. You kind of look at what they were able to do a week ago here, and they were both effective. Allgeier, almost 9 yards a carry. Huntley, over 5.5. They were able to get it done on the ground. And obviously, without Cordarrelle Patterson, you still want to be able to be balanced offensively. I mentioned Mariota with his legs, but also these two running backs getting it done on the ground as well. And shout out to the big fellas up front. They've been creating lanes for these guys, even guys like Elijah Wilkinson, who I wasn't high on coming into this year. He's played pretty well. Chris Lindstrom's been fantastic. So if this offensive line can hold up against what's usually a pretty good Bucs defensive line, that would be huge, especially Akeem Hicks. He's not going to go in this one, I don't think. Vita Vea openly admitted he played terrible last week, so that'd be nice if he didn't have his best game. Shaq Barrett's more of a pass rusher than a run stopper, so I think there's a chance to run the football against the Bucs, which you don't often say going up against Tampa Bay. But if the Chiefs can run for 187 on them, I think the Falcons can run the rock a little bit as well in this matchup. All right, key number 4. Got to continue to play well in the back end. A.J. Terrell, Casey Hayward. Keep that momentum going. These two guys are playing well. Terrell is an established CB1 at this point in time. Teams aren't throwing that much at him, and guess what? They're paying for throwing at Casey Hayward because he's making plays on the football as well. He's already got a pick, couple of breakups so far this year. This Falcons back end, especially at corner, is keeping them in games and giving them a chance to win in closing time. So that's been really, really impressive. This Bucs wide receiver core, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they're special players. Godwin and Julio have been banged up. Gage has been banged up. Perriman's banged up. But I expect most of these guys to be available this week. And shout out Cole Beasley, who retired after 2 games this year. But, those are some keys to victory. And if A.J. Terrell can, lock down a guy like Mike Evans, that would go a long way. What is your biggest key to victory? Falcons fans, let me know in the comments your biggest key to victory for the Falcons to pull off the upset in Tampa Bay. That's what I want to know from you guys down below. All right, hit that subscribe button. Big game coming up on Sunday. Man, could you imagine if the Falcons pull off the upset on the road in Tampa Bay to take first place in the NFC South? Who would have thought? Couldn't be me. And guess what? You need to win this game because the schedule, it's not getting easier. 49ers at home, they look good last week. At the Bengals, they're playing better. Panthers in a couple weeks, that's going to be a big one. You got to win that matchup. And then the Chargers come to town at home. If you could just kind of stay afloat, even if you go 2-3 in this stretch, you'd be sitting at 4-5. Then you got a month of games that these are all winnable. Carolina, Chicago, Washington, Pittsburgh. I'm not saying you're going to go 4-0 though, but those are games that you could win all of them, or you could go like 2-2. But if you have a chance, win 3 out of 4 there, you're going to be sitting pretty good heading to the final stretch for a season that I don't think many had high expectations at all, especially me. I know I didn't, and Atlanta's played a lot better than I thought I would. That's credit to Arthur Smith and his coaching staff. All right, predict the Falcons' record for this season. 2-2. I mean, could you be in the wild card hunt in December? I think it's possible. Let us know in the comments what you think the Falcons' final record will be. Go ahead and let us know. All right, that's going to do it for our Falcons Buccaneers preview. Again, want to remind you guys to subscribe. We continue to grow every single day here on Falcons Today, so don't miss out on the latest Falcons news and rumors, and we'll see you guys soon here on the channel.